Hey everybody, welcome to Nationals Park for game number 14 in the 2018 Washington Nationals replay with Action PC Baseball. As you see, their opponent today is the Colorado Rockies. On the season, Colorado 9-5, Washington 5-8. Go through the lineups. First for the visiting Rockies, it'll be DJ LeMahieu leading off at second base. Gerardo Parra is in left field hitting second. Nolan Arenado at third will bat third. Carlos Gonzalez will bat cleanup and play right field. Chris Iannetta, the catcher, he will hit fifth. Former National Ian Desmond in center field will hit sixth. Trevor Story, the shortstop, will hit seventh. Ryan McMahon at first will hit eighth. And on the mound and pitching for the Rockies is left-hander Kyle Freeland, as he will be taking on the Nationals. For the Nationals, defensively, you have Howie Kendrick in left, Michael A. Taylor in center, Bryce Harper in right. Around the infield, Anthony Rendon at third, Trey Turner at short, Wilmer Defoe is at second base, and Ryan Zimmerman is at first. Battery mates is Pedro Severino receiving the offerings of Tanner Roark, who is 2-0 with a 2.03 ERA. In two starts, 13 in the third innings, 14 hits, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So he's looking to go 3-0. We'll see what happens with that. Umpires for today's game, behind the plate is Ron Kulpa. At first base is Gabe Morales. At second base is Jerry Meals. And at third base is Ben May. Colorado won this actual game 2-1. It was played April 13th, 2018. Which just happened to have been my 53rd birthday. So that's why I picked this game. It's part of my Nationals replay. I want to see if I can do better than Dave Martinez, and we'll see how it goes. Right now I'm 5-8, so a little bit struggling, but it's still early. We're not going to panic yet. Let's see what happens. All right, we're ready to go. DJ LeMahieu standing in against Tanner Roark. And DJ LeMahieu, .393 on the young season. Really hitting the ball well with 11 RBIs. No homers yet, but I'm sure they're coming. He's also got a 14-game hitting streak. We're ready to go, as Ron Kulpa says, play ball. And here is the first pitch from Tanner Roark to DJ LeMahieu. He got caught looking, struck him out. Took it right down the middle. I don't know what he was waiting on, but maybe he thought Kulpa's zone was a little bit off. But Ron says take a seat. So that'll bring up Gerardo Parra. He's kind of struggling a little bit. 170 on the season, only 1 RBI. Roark gets the sign from Severino and delivers. Ground ball to Defoe. He fields it cleanly, throws to Zimmerman, and there's 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first for perennial All-Star Nolan Arenado. He's hitting .304, 2 homers and 13 RBIs. He's got an 8-game hitting streak carrying into this game. But Roark trying to go for a 1-2-3 inning if he can get it. There's the delivery. It's a ground ball down to his opposing third baseman Rendon, who throws to Zimmerman. And the inning is over. So just like that, 1-2-3, we are history. And now we go to the bottom of the first, and we'll go through the lineup for the Nationals. Leading off will be Trey Turner. He's at shortstop. Anthony Rendon will play third and bat second. Brian Harper is batting third in right field. Batting cleanup is Ryan Zimmerman, the first baseman. Hitting fifth is Howie Kendrick in left field. He can play all over, left field, second base, various places. He's in left today. Michael A. Taylor is in center. Wilmer Defoe is at second. Pedro Severino is catching, hitting eighth, and Tanner Roark, of course, batting ninth and pitching. Around the outfield for the Rockies, it's Parra in left, Desmond in center, and Gonzalez in right. Arenado's at third, Story's at short, LeMahieu's at second, McMahon is at first. And the battery, it's Chris Iannetta behind the plate, catching the offerings of Kyle Freeland, the lefty. Freeland 1-0 with a 2.38 ERA, 11 in the third inning, 7 hits, 6 walks, 8 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .179 against him. All right, Trey Turner's going to step in and see what he can do, see if the Nationals can get a win on the board. After 14 games, the Nationals were 6-8, so if we win this game, they'll be right at their real season mark through 14 games. See how it goes. Here's Trey Turner facing Kyle Freeland. And Turner's going to ground down to Arenado, who's steady Gold Glove over there, and he throws him out, one away. So one down, and that'll bring up Anthony Rendon. Rendon, he's going to try Arenado. That's not a good idea. Another ground out, easy play. 2 up, 2 down. And that'll bring up Bryce Harper, the now Philly. Harper drives one to deep right field. Gonzo going back, makes the catch, and the inning is over. So 3 up, 3 down on both sides. We go to the second, no score. And it'll be Carlos Gonzalez against Tanner Roark. Gonzalez hitting .255, no homers, and 3 runs driven in. The pitch to Cargo struck him out, and Tanner Roark has come up ailing as he is holding his left hamstring. He must have come down wrong off the mound. So he will... Actually, the trainers are out there looking at him, and you know what? He's going to gut it out. So he's going to throw a couple warm-up pitches to make sure that he is able to continue. And Dave Martinez checking him out closely. Short leash if he's not 100%. So we'll see if he can gut it out or not. He's gonna give it a go. The umpire, Ron Culpa, says, all right, let's go. And Chris Iannetta steps in, .265, 1 homer, 6 RBIs. And Roark gingerly on the mound, looking to continue his outing. And here's the pitch to Iannetta. Iannetta, a strikeout, and throw to Zimmerman as the ball got away from Severino. So that's officially a 2-3 putout on the strikeout for out number 2. And for Roark, that is his 3rd strikeout already. Here's Ian Desmond, hitting only .227, but he does have 3 home runs and 5 RBIs on the season. Desmond grounds to Rendon, who throws to Zimmerman covering, and that's going to end the inning. 1, 2, 3. And 6 up, 6 down go the Rockies. And now we start the bottom half of the second, and it's Ryan Zimmerman struggling. .211, 3 homers and 6 runs driven in. Freeland delivers, ground ball. Boy, they sure are trying to test Arenado. It's not a good idea, as Arenado makes his 3rd assist of the game already, throwing out Zimmerman. And that'll bring up Howie Kendrick. Freeland struck him out. First strikeout for Freeland. And it's 2 up, 2 down for Michael A. Taylor. Taylor hitting .297, 1 home run and 2 runs driven in. And again, they're going to test Arenado. They have not learned. But this time Taylor actually, the throw pulled McMahon off the bag. So as I was bragging on Arenado, he makes a wild throw, and Michael Taylor reaches on the E5. Now, will Taylor be running? That's the question. He's got really good speed. Don't know about Iannetta in his arm. We'll see. We're going to take a pitch and see if they're pitching out. They are not. It's a ball. So 1-0 count. We'll take again so we can get a 2-0 count going here. Nope, it's 1-1. So they're going to go ahead and send. They're going to send Taylor. There he goes. Throw by Iannetta, and then Taylor is in there. So stolen base. Michael Taylor, number 6 on the season already in just 14 games. He's got 6 steals. So Taylor in scoring position for Defoe. The count on Defoe is now 2 balls and a strike. And Freeland trying to get out of this jam. Defoe, .360 on the young season, only 25 at bats, but he does have 4 runs driven in, looking to get a 5th. Defoe grounds to Arenado, and did he make another error? Unbelievable. Arenado has made his 2nd error in a row after I was bragging about how great he was. He commits 2 errors, and now runners are on the corners with 2 outs. But Pedro Severino is up, and he's a struggling hitter, .074. No home runs, 3 runs driven in. Roark, the pitcher, is on deck, but they're going to go after Severino. And the delivery is a strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. So bottom portion of the order weak for the Nationals, and it comes back to cost them. And the Rockies get around 2 errors by Arenado, very uncharacteristic. And we're still scoreless after two complete. So Trevor Story, he's going to step in. .278, 3 home runs, 7 runs driven in. He will step in against Roark. And there's a fly ball deep to center field. Taylor going back. It's going to be off the wall. And Trevor Story writes his story with a double to straightaway center field to start things off for the Rockies. And that'll bring up young Ryan McMahon, 333 on only 15 at bats. So he's just now getting himself worked into midseason form. And Roark's going to have to pitch from the stretch for the first time as he's going to tune in to McMahon and see if he can't get around that. Severino drops the sign, the pitch, and he walks McMahon. That's going to put 2 on, nobody out, and Kyle Freeland, the pitcher, up. So you would expect a bunt here, and the Nationals are playing the corners in. Let's see how they're going to play this. I'm going to pitch around him and see if it'll cause him to have a difficult time bunting. Maybe not. Drops in front of Severino, but he does throw for the force on McMahon. They throw back to first. It's a double play. How about that? Severino pounced on it, threw to second for the force, and they get the slow-running Freeland to get the double play. So that certainly was a failed sacrifice fly. The double play goes 2-6 to 3. And Story goes to third on the play, but now there are 2 outs. Back to the top of the order, and DJ LeMahieu. And LeMahieu 0 for 1. And we'll see what he does here. As Roark talking to Severino, trying to figure out how to get this third out without allowing that runner to score. And they're going to go ahead and pitch around LeMahieu as well, see if they can get him to chase one. He does, but he chases it into right field for a base hit. And the Rockies take a 1-0 lead on the 2-out RBI single by DJ LeMahieu as Story just trots across the dish. And it's 1-0 Rockies. So even though they pitched around him, it did not get him out of the jam. So Roark now has to kind of regroup, facing Gerardo Parra. Parra lines one up the middle for a base hit. Taylor fields it, but LeMahieu will scoop to third. And now runners are at the corners with 2 outs. And Arenado stepping to the plate, the very dangerous Arenado. So Roark, I wonder if that injury from earlier on is affecting him. Go ahead and visit the mound and just make sure he's okay. Says he's strong, so we're going to take his word for it. He's going to step in to face Arenado. And he struck him out, so he came through in a big way right there to get that third out. And the inning's over, but the Rockies do break through with a run, and at the end of 2.5, it's Colorado 1 and the Nationals nothing. Tanner Roark will lead things off. He's 0 for 5 on the young season, facing Kyle Freeland. And he does make contact, but it's a weak grounder to LeMahieu, and there's one away. Now bring up the top of the order, and Mr. Trey Turner. He needs to get going. He's not doing very well right now, and they could use his speed to steal some bases, but all right, now Iannetta just gets hurt on a foul ball. So he fouled it off the mask of Iannetta, and Iannetta has to leave the game. Tony Walters is going to come in and catch in his place. So we'll have to check on the condition of Iannetta and see if he's okay to return to the next game, which of course he will be because we're playing as played, so he's only going to be hurt for this game. But Freeland now has to deal with a new battery mate, which can sometimes affect the pitcher. Right now, Trey Turner steps in with a 0-1 count. And he struck him out, so Turner still struggling. 2 up, 2 down for Anthony Rendon. Rounded out to Arenado his first trip. And he's going to try Arenado again, and again, Arenado up to the task. And the inning is over. At the end of 3 complete, it's 1-0 Rockies. And Carlos Gonzalez will lead things off. He struck out his first trip. This time he lines a single to center field to get things going for the Rockies here in the 4th. Taylor throws it in, but Gonzalez is aboard. And now Tony Walters making his first appearance after coming in on a defensive replacement. Infield double play depth, looking to turn 2. Roark checking Gonzalez at first, gets the sign from Severino. and delivers to Walters. Ground ball to Defoe, flips to Turner, back to Zimmerman, and they did not turn it. Not in time. Gabe Morales said that Walters beat it. Zimmerman not too happy about it, but not going to protest too much. It's going to be a fielder's choice. The out will go 4-6. We're out number 1, and Walters will reach on that fielder's choice. So he's at first for Ian Desmond, and again the infield at double play depth. Desmond grounded to Rendon his first trip. This time he hits a deep fly to left, but Kendrick is there, and there's 2 away. And that'll make Trevor Story try to be the hero. He doubled his first trip and scored the only run of the game. So Roark will have to be careful with Story, pitch around him a little bit, and they walk him. So, but that's not totally a bad thing, the way that game was going or the way his at bat was going. So now they get to face a much lesser Ryan McMahon. So we'll see how they handle Ryan McMahon. And they don't. It's a base hit. Harper fields it, but Walters is going to come in to score and give an RBI single to Ryan McMahon. So maybe the pitching around Story was a little bit, maybe giving him too much credit and cost him a run. So now runners are at the corners with 2 outs for pitcher Kyle Freeland. So you would hope they can get out of the inning with that, and they do with a strikeout. But Rockies pick up another run and we'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Bottom of the 4th. 2-0 Rockies. Here's Harper. And Harper flew to right his first trip up. Here's the pitch from Freeland, lefty on lefty. He's going to fly to right again. And Gonzalez will haul it in, 1 away. Here's Ryan Zimmerman. He grounded to Arenado his first trip. And he's going to walk. So it's going to get the tying run to the plate in the form of Howie Kendrick. Kendrick was a strikeout victim his first try. And he's going to be a strikeout victim on his second try. So Kendrick having a rough night, 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Here's Michael A. Taylor. Reached on the error and also stole a base. And Michael A. lines it to Arenado. This time he's up to the task. Makes the grab, and the inning is over as they leave Zimmerman on base. We go to the top of the 5th. It's 2-0 Rockies. And DJ LeMahieu back to the top of the order. LeMahieu struck out in the first and lined a single in the 3rd. And he was stranded on first after that. So starting off the top of the 5th, LeMahieu, Roark to LeMahieu. Ground ball back to Turner. Cuts it off in front of the bag, throws to Zimmerman, and there's quickly 1 away. So it's always a good idea to get that leadoff man out of there. So 6-3 ground out, 1 away, and here is Gerardo Parra. And Parra grounded to second, and he singled. So 1 for 2, and here is the pitch to Parra. And that's 1 up the middle. He's now 2 for 3 as he snuck it past Defoe. Defoe couldn't quite reach it. Parra is aboard, his second hit of the game. That'll bring up Arenado. He's 0 for 2. He grounded to 3rd and struck out. Field double play depth. Roark from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Arenado. And he lines a base hit to left. Parra is going to have to stop at second with the play in front of him as Kendrick gets it back in. And now runners at first and second with only 1 out. And the cleanup man, Cargo Gonzalez, to the plate. Struck out and singled. National still hoping to turn 2. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. That's almost as good as turning 2. Gets the strikeout there, and it'll bring up Walters, the catcher. And they need to get Walters. Brief glitch in the procession here as we're not responding. Just what I needed. Now, it's not a Cars theme. It is a Cars song, but this was not what I needed. I don't need this. There we go. Let's see if we can get back in order here. A little bit of a Twilight Zone moment. We'll get right back here to Tony Walters. Maybe. There we go. Walters grounds it to Turner, throws to Zimmerman, and the inning is over. So, good job there as they get out of the inning, despite the eerie circumstances. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Still a 2-0 Rockies lead, and Wilmer Difo will lead things off. Difo reached on the error by one of the 2 errors by Arenado last time. This time up, Difo lines up opposite field single to right field. He is aboard, and that is actually the first hit for the Nationals. Took him to the 5th inning to get it. Difo is a threat to steal, but you're down 2. And we do have the bottom portion of the order coming up, so we're going to go ahead and let Severino swing away. And Severino struck him out. 1 down, and here is Roark. He's going to be looking to bunt. Drops it down. Freeland fields it, throws to LeMahieu covering. And the sacrifice is successful. Score it 1-4 if you're scoring at home. And if you are, I need to talk to you because you may have some serious mental issues. All right, now we go to the top of the order, and it's Trey Turner, but Difo is in scoring position. So Turner, 0 for 2, grounded to third in the first, and struck out in the third. Turner gets that base hit, and Difo will come around to score. And the Nationals are finally on the board, cutting the lead to 2-1. So Trey Turner coming through with a clutch, and that sacrifice bunt by Roark helps his cause as it puts Difo in scoring position. And now Trey Turner looking to steal. There he goes, and he's in there. Stolen base. 4th of the year for Turner, and he is in scoring position for Rendon. Looking for a 2-out RBI. Rendon has grounded to Arenado twice. See if he can find somebody else. He does not. He goes right back to Arenado again. There's the insanity, as you're doing the same thing over and over, and he did it 3 times in a row. But the Nats do get the 1 run thanks to the RBI single by Turner. We go to the 6th. It's 2-1 Rockies. Roark still looks like he's okay. We're facing Ian Desmond. He's 0 for 2. Grounded to third in the 2nd inning and fly to left in the 4th. Desmond this time hits a deep fly to left. Kendrick, though, is up to the task, makes the catch, and there's 1 away. Brings up Trevor Story. Story has doubled and walked and scored a run. And this was a ground ball to his counterpart, a short. Turner throws to Zimmerman to get the speedy Story for out number 2. And that brings up Ryan McMahon, first baseman. He has walked and singled. Deep drive to center field. Taylor can only look up at it and wave it goodbye. Ryan McMahon, 2-out solo home run just when Roark thought he was going to be free in the 6th. He gives up the solo shot. 3-1 Rockies. They get that run back they lost in the previous inning. Now Kyle Freeland, the batter. Freeland grounds to Roark, and that's going to end the inning. But the damage was done. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Time for the Nationals to get their offense moving. They only got 2 hits so far. Here is Bryce Harper, who's flown out to Gonzalez twice. And this time he strikes out. 1 away for Ryan Zimmerman. Grounded to third and walked. And I should ground back to Freeland. So an easy inning so far for Kyle Freeland. Here's Howie Kendrick. He has struck out twice. Talking about easy. There's a fly ball to left field, and it's going to be down the line and foul. Hara looking in the seats, can't get it. We'll reboot on a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Howie Kendrick. And this time he grounds to McMahon, who will take it to the bag himself to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Nats. We go to the 7th, and it is 3-1 in favor of the Rockies. DJ LeMahieu, top of the order, coming up. Roark, I think they might be going to get Roark. Let's see how their bullpen is doing. Their bullpen has been kind of spent lately, though. But they're going to go ahead and bring in Ryan Madson. So Ryan Madson will come on. And Roark will go 6 innings, giving up 3 runs. So Roark exits. And Ryan Madson coming in. He's no record, but he does have a 1.93 ERA. 4 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The league hitting .263 against the right-handed Madson. So here's LeMahieu to start things off here in the top of the 7th. And there's a shot to left field, and that's going to go down the line and be a double. Stand-up double as LeMahieu greets Madson with the double. Not the way Madson wanted to start. And now the runner's in scoring position. Here is Gerardo Parra. Parra grounds to the right side. Zimmerman takes to the bag himself, but he does move the runner up. That's baseball 101. Right there, getting that runner from second to third, where he can score, because now there's less than 2 outs. He can score on a sac fly. The Nationals going to bring the infield in, try to cut the runoff, so that helps the batting average. Lots of things happen positively when you play good fundamental baseball. Here's Arenado. He singled his last time up. He's 1 for 3. Madson looking in the sign from Pedro Severino and will deliver. Arenado, deep fly to left. Kendrick is there. He makes the catch, but it's a sacrifice fly as it was definitely deep enough to score the runner, and they just manufactured a big run to put them up 4-1. Give the RBI to Arenado, and the Rockies lead at 4-1. 2 outs, bases empty. Here's Cargo, and he struck him out. So Madson did okay after the double, but they manufactured a run. And that's going to be all for Madson. He's going to go 1 inning. And he's scheduled that 4th in this inning, so if it gets to him, we will pinch hit. Right now, Kyle Freeland strolling along, doing very well for himself. Here's Michael A. Taylor. He will lead things off. Fly ball to center field, medium deep. And Desmond is there. Almost didn't have to move, made the play. 1 away for Wilmer Difo. And Difo struck him out. Delayed call by Ron Culpa, but he rang him up. And now Adam Ottavino has come in as the new pitcher for the Rockies. Adam Ottavino, number 0. Number 0 on your program and number 1 in your heart. Adam Ottavino. So Freeland goes 6 2/3. Gives up just the 1 run. And Ottavino on the season 0-1, but he does have a 2.57 ERA. 7 innings, 4 hits, 8 walks, and 10 strikeouts. So the walks are very high for him. Strikeouts are good, but he has walked quite a few. Here is Pedro Severino, 2 outs, bases empty. And then Severino grounds to Story, throws to McMahon, and that's going to end the inning. But nothing doing there. We go to the 8th, and we'll get a new pitcher for the Nationals as Madson does his 1 inning of work. And they will turn it over to Matt Grace. So Matt Grace is going to come on and pitch. Grace, place of Madson. Lefty on lefty with Walters. So Walters, Desmond, and Story do up against Matt Grace. And the first batter he faces, he plunks Walters. So not sure if he got his warm-up tosses in completely or not, but he hit him right in the midsection. And Walters gave him a little stern look there, but cooler heads have prevailed. Here's Ian Desmond. Nationals will again play at double play depth. Looking to turn the 2. And Grace facing former National Desmond. Struck him out. 1 away. That brings up Trevor Story. Again looking to turn 2. Grace to Story. A fly ball to left field. Kendrick looking up. Going. It is gone. Trevor Story has doubled, and now he's homered. A 2-run shot off of Grace, as he gave Matt no grace on that. And a 2-run shot makes it a 6-1 Rockies lead as the Nationals' woes continue. There's Ryan McMahon. Man grounds to Difo, and there's 2 away. I'll bring up Ottavino. Let's see if he hits for himself or whether they bring in a pinch hitter. They are going to bring in a pinch hitter. It'll be Pat Valaika. So Valaika or Valaika, however you like to say it. He's up to pinch hit. And he ropes a double down the left field line. As they are abusing that left field line over there. That's a pinch hit double for Valaika. And now you wonder about Grace. Is he having issues here? He is. He appears tired. So we'll go to the bullpen, and we're going to have a double switch. We're going to bring in Trevor Gott. So Trevor Gott's going to come on, and they're going to use the double switch. And what they're going to do is bat. He's going to bat in Defoe's spot in the order. And we're going to move Kendrick to second. And in left, the new left fielder is going to be Curtis Goodwin. Or Brian Goodwin. My bad, Brian Goodwin. So there you go. There's the double switch. Gott now is batting in the 7th position, formerly held by Defoe. And Kendrick moves from left field to second base, and now batting in the 9th position, left fielder Brian Goodwin. And he is set to lead off in the bottom of the 8th. Right now, it is Jim Gott. He's hoping to tell Dave Martinez, I got this. Facing DJ LeMahieu with the runner at second and 2 down. LeMahieu singled and doubled, 2 for 4. Wide to right, first time we've seen Harper in the field make a play, and he does. And the inning is over. But 2 more runs come in for the Rockies, and it's turned into almost a laugher, 6-1. So now Mike Dunn, the lefty, has come on for the Rockies, as Ottavino pitched that 1/3 of an inning before being pinch hit for. So Mike Dunn is on, lefty on lefty against Brian Goodwin. Goodwin grounds to LeMahieu. Easy play to McMahon for out number 1. And forgot to give the numbers on Mike Dunn. He has no record, inning and 2/3 with 1 hit, no walks, 3 strikeouts, no ERA, or 0 ERA. In the league, hitting 167 against him. All right, here's Trey Turner. Went out, walked Turner, but with the score 6-1, he's not going anywhere. So they'll have to see if they can put some hits together for Anthony Rendon. And Rendon does sneak one past Arenado this time. Kept going in that hole, and he finally found the pocket he needed. And they're not going to advance the runner here. It's just no way not to be down by that much. They're station to station at this point. So 2 on, 1 out for Bryce Harper. And amazingly, a home run here gets him right back in the game. Harper with a drive to deep center field. Off the wall. That'll bring home 1, maybe 2. They're going to send Rendon. And that's a 2-run double for Bryce Harper. All of a sudden, it's a 6-3 game. Maybe the Nationals are back in business. Still only 1 out, and a runner in scoring position. And now Brian Shaw has come in, so Dunn is done, as Harper made sure of that. Zimmerman on now to face Brian Shaw. He's 1-0 with 1.50 ERA. 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 6 walks, and 8 strikeouts. Lee hitting .227 against him. 6 walks in 6 innings is his concern. Right now, Ryan Zimmerman is his concern, as got Harper out there on second with 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Zimmerman. And Zim grounds to Story, throws to McMahon, and that's going to retire the side. My bad, that was only the 2nd out. I'm keeping score as I'm playing. I still didn't realize it was 2 outs. Or only 2 outs. And with the play, Harper goes to 3rd. Right, stay awake over here, folks. All right, so Howie Kendrick is up, and he's got a chance to bring home Bryce Harper. It would be a big run if he could, but he's not. Arenado is going to throw him out, and that's going to end the inning. But the Nationals score 2 to match the 2 scored by the Rockies. We go to the 9th at 6-3. And Gott starting his 2nd inning of work as he pitched to 1 batter in the top of the 8th. Here's Parra. Parra lines one foul down the right field line. Harper gives chase, but way out of play. Parra Carter will try again. This time he grounds to Kendrick, who's new at second base from left field. And his glove at second works just as well for 1 out. They bring up Arenado. Sacrifice fly his last trip up to the plate. And this time he gets plunked. That's the second batter that the Nationals pitchers have hit. So you wonder if the Rockies may retaliate. Second time they've hit one right in the ribs. And here's Cargo. Field at double play depth. And the pitch by Gott struck him out. 2 down. Cargo now with the golden sombrero, 4 strikeouts in the game for Cargo. So now here's Tony Walters. Walters, a high pop-up. Rendon is there, and the inning is over. So Gott pitches a scoreless ninth. We go to the bottom of the ninth, and now Wade Davis is coming on for the Rockies. He is a save situation, so he will come on. He's going to face Taylor, a pinch hitter for Gott, and then Severino. So right now it's Michael A. Taylor. The Nationals need base runners, so Taylor looking to get on any way he can. And he drives one deep to center, but Desmond up to the task makes the catch right on the warning track for out number 1. And now we'll get a pinch hitter for Trevor Gott. So we'll go to the Nationals bench and see who they've got out there to hit. They've got Matt Adams. That's who they're going to use. Matt Adams. So Matt Adams will be on to pinch hit. See what he can do. Matt Adams drives one to deep right field. Gonzo in the corner makes the catch for out number 2. So Adams is retired, and that'll bring up Severino, but he's going to be called back as they'll go to the bench again, this time for Matt Wieters. Matt Wieters will pinch hit for Severino. Matt Wieters. And he struck him out to end the ball game. So not what you want to do if you're a pinch hitter. You don't want to strike out to end the game, but that's exactly what happened. And the final score, the Rockies over the Nationals by the final score of 6-3. And we'll look at the gory details. 6 runs, 11 hits, and 2 errors for the Rockies. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors for the Nationals. Winning pitcher was Kyle Freeland. He goes to 2-0, and Tanner Roark drops to 2-1. So if we check out the box score here and see who did what. Left on base, Colorado left 8 and Washington left 5. And home runs by Walters and Arenado of the Nationals. All right, so that concludes that game. Let's look at the scoreboard for April 13th, 2018 and see what the rest of the league was up to. And this little glitch finishes up here. We can get that straight. All right. Here we go, April 13th. We're playing them. On an earlier game, the Atlanta Braves knocked off the Chicago Cubs 10-3. Anibal Sanchez, the winner. Yu Darvish takes the loss. Kurt Suzuki, 2 for 4 with 2 home runs and 2 RBIs. The Red Sox defeat the Orioles by the final score of 5-3, improving to 12-1 on the season. Eduardo Rodriguez, the winner. Chris Tillman, the loser. And Boston now has a 10-game winning streak. It was the Pittsburgh Pirates defeating the Miami Marlins by the score of 10-4. George Contos, the winner. Peters, the loser. Blanco, a home run. 3 ribbies. And a losing cause for the Marlins. In 15 innings, it was the Brewers defeating the Mets 2-1. Barnes, the winner. Robles, the loser. Cespedes, 2 for 5 with a dinger. In Detroit, it was the Yankees coming away with a 4-3 victory. Jordan Montgomery, the winner. Mike Fiers, the loser. Didi Gregorius, 2 home runs in that ball game. At Progressive Field, it was Cleveland defeating Toronto 4-1. Clevenger the winner, Marcus Stroman the loser. Jose Ramirez 1 for 3 with his 4th home run. At the Trop, it was the Phillies defeating the Tampa Bay Rays by the final score of 10-7. Velasquez the winner, Faria the loser, and Smith 4 for 5 with 3 RBIs. Game you just watched, the Rockies defeated the Nationals 6-3. Kyle Freeland the winner, Tanner Roark the loser. Trevor Story 2 for 3 with a home run number 4 and 2 runs driven in. At Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, it was the Reds besting the St. Louis Cardinals by the final score of 10-5. Maley the winner, Weaver the loser. Tommy Pham did hit 2 home runs in a losing cause. The Cardinals now dropped to 3-11. At Kansas City's Kauffman Stadium, it was the Royals defeating the Angels by the score of 6-2. McCarthy the winner, Alvarez the loser. Trout did hit his 6th home run. In Houston, in the Battle of Texas, it was the Astros defeating the Rangers by the final score of 5-4. McHugh the winner, Cole Hamels the loser. Guzman hit his 1st homer of the season. At Dodger Stadium, it was the Diamondbacks defeating the Dodgers 5-3. Former Dodger Zach Greinke gets the win. Kenta Maeda the loss. Cody Bellinger 3 for 3 with 2 home runs in a losing cause. And finally, at Petco Park in San Diego, it was the Giants 6-3 over the Padres. Ty Blach the win. Tyson Ross the loss. Joe Panik, who did not panic, he was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. So that's going to do it from here for the replay of April the 13th, 2018 using Action PC Baseball. Hope you all enjoyed that. Until next time, we'll see you all down the road.